Don't you hate when you break down on the side of the road? Maybe you have to call a family member or a friend to come help you out, get you back on the road, or even a tow truck driver to take you to the mechanic so that you can fix your car. In my experience, the most common reason that I've ever broken down on the side of the road is because my tire went bad. It went flat, it popped, whatever reason, my tire was bad and I had to change it. In my experience, I have worked in a tire repair shop for about 6 months of my life. It's pretty easy, you pick it up pretty quick. And I've had to change my tire dozens of times. Today, I want to show you how to jack up your car. I'm going to show you how to take off pesky lug nuts. And I'm going to show you the 5 star pattern to tightening up your lug nuts. To start off, you're going to want to go into the trunk of your car or the back of your SUV and lift up your little trap door. And you're going to find this little toolkit. This is like a wrench, and then this is your jack. The way this works is this fits onto here, this little hex, and you just tighten it or loosen it. Now, to start off, you want to use this tool, and you want to loosen up your lug nuts. You'll fit it on just like this, and you want to turn it counterclockwise. However, most times these are impacted on, so they're pretty hard to get off. So what you want to do is you'll take it like this, fit it on, and stomp on it. Now my lug nut was loose. For today's purposes, I'm not going to show you loosening all of my lug nuts and taking them all off. The next thing that you want to do is you're going to take your jack and you're going to fit it up underneath your car. You want to take this piece and you want to fit your frame in this little groove. At least for my car, that's how it works. Sometimes it'll be flat, but I put my groove of my frame right in here and I jack it straight up. Also, for today's purposes, I'm not going to show you me jacking up my car, just for time constraints, and it's pretty boring to watch, I'll be honest. So by now, you've already jacked up your car and you've loosened all of your lug nuts. You can, after you've loosened them up, you typically can just finger loosen them with your hands. After which point, you'll just pull your tire straight off. You know it's high enough off the ground when you can spin it freely. If it doesn't, you haven't jacked it up high enough, or there's something wrong with your rotor. But we're not going to get into that today. The next thing you're going to need is your tire. It's either going to be a spare or it's going to be this donut. You just take this and you slide it right onto the studs that have your lug nuts on it after you've taken your other tire off. That's important. When you're tightening it, you just finger tighten all of your lug nuts. You'll see that on this tire, there's 5 holes. We're gonna do a star pattern with these 5 holes. When you're tightening them up, after you finger tighten them all up, you'll lower your car back down to the ground, okay? So then you're gonna take your wrench, your socket, and you're gonna put it on your lug nut. And you're gonna tighten this one, okay? And then you're gonna move straight across to this one. And you're gonna tighten this one. And then you're gonna move straight across to this one. And you're going to tighten it up. And it's straight across to this one. And then this one. By doing this, you put equal pressure against all parts of your tire so it goes on nice and balanced. That's the key, is you want your tire to go on balance, else your tire's gonna wobble all the way down the road, and you're just gonna mess up your vehicle even more. After you've finger tightened all of those, maybe tighten them a little bit with your socket, you're gonna lower your car back down, and then you're gonna take your tool and you're gonna put it on your socket again, and you're just like that. You're gonna tighten it as far as you can, and then you'll put your foot on it like I showed you earlier, and you're just gonna give it that one last little oomph. You don't want to torque it too hard, because if you do, you could strip out your lug nut, and then you'll never get it off without professional help. So today, I showed you how to jack up your car. I showed you the star pattern to tightening your tire back onto your vehicle. And then I showed you how to take off pesky lug nuts with that step trick, where you stomp on your tool. I hope this information serves you, and that I did a good job at informing you on how to change your tire, so that maybe you don't have to call your friend or your family member or a tow truck driver.